It's the Kansas City Royals taking on the Baltimore Orioles. You can feel the energy in this building. They are fired up for Game 1. Back with that after this. John Shambi alongside Chris Singleton singing "This Should Be Fun."
Well, you can feel the energy in the ballpark, and these two teams have fought through so much adversity to get here. When you get here, you forget about individual statistics and you play for the team. When a team is able to do that, they see themselves go to another level, and I'm looking forward to seeing that tonight.
Well, this place is ready. We'll be right back to get this series started in just a minute. So just about set, getting the nod on the mound, Todd Anderson.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Ready to go? Here's the left fielder, James Cruz. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. That one drilled left field. And it is gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. Just like that, they move in front. It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
Bobby Witt Jr. in the box now. No balls and a strike.
The real threats are coming up. Already given up a home run in this inning. He's going to really have to bear down.
Swings through that.
I think it's huge that they were able to score right away. You're playing on the road. Stakes are high. Energy in the ballpark. And you help to quiet that down a little bit.
Nobody on, nobody out with a run in here in Game 1 of the ALCS. That one ripped left field. Back there. And that one is off the wall. And that's a double.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
And now it's Ivan Herrera. Singy, maybe some nerves getting the best of him in the first?
Well, it's hard to know exactly if it's nerves or not, but he just doesn't have it right now. Those hitters on the other side, they're going to say it's nerves and use that as a competitive edge to try to jump on him even more.
Anderson checks the runner. Witt dives back in safely. Ripped on a line. Rodriguez makes the catch. Runner tags and goes to third.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Here's the third baseman, Harvey Milligan. Well, it's pretty clear that he was frustrated, and even he admitted as much with his performance in their last series, but now a chance to hit the reset button.
That's one of the things he's going to have to get used to. Being the superstar player in this lineup, they are going to pitch you very tough, and you make the adjustment, you can have success. I think he'll have it in this one.
In the dirt, ball one. Anderson, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the game, and that certainly is a benefit to him when he's in a spot like this.
Yeah, if you're going to be in the game in high leverage situations, you've got to be able to get the swing and miss and put hitters away.
Ripped to short. Volpe throws it to first in time. Out number 2 and another run comes in.
So important to really lock in on an at-bat like this. It seems easy with the infield back, but you got to make sure you put the ball in play. Put it on the ground, brought that run in.
And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Adael Amador.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front. So off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Williams. Over to first. That's the third out. But 2 runs for him and they jump ahead. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Royals 2 and the Orioles coming up. Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. And here's the first baseman, Trey Morgan.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field. But he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Anderson back to work. And that's outside. And that's ball 1. The pressure is high for the players in the postseason, but maybe even higher for the managers. Every decision you make is critical to the success of the team and to your own reputation. That's in there, and the count 1-1.
Well, for better or worse, managers are remembered for what they do in the postseason. Pull the right strings, they might build a statue of you someday. One bad decision, and you might be updating your resume. You've got to be sharp.
Started to go after it. Now a look down to third. Didn't go. Outside low. And now it's 3-2.
Okay.
Swings and blasts one deep to left center. Way back there. And it's gone! Home run! He sends it out of here. And they grab the lead. It's 3-2.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. The slight opposite field into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Brandon Marsh steps to the plate.
They'll expect a back and forth this entire game because of how good the offenses are. But you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
Marsh went deep in his most recent game. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Just missed. One run across in the frame so far here at the top of the second. Close, but called a ball. And it's 2-1.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there in the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
The 2-1. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike two.
And he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
On the ground to third. The throw to first. One out in the second.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter. And a tough one at that.
So up now for Kansas City, Brandon Lockridge. Trying to bunt his way on. And a foul ball. And that's in the dirt. So now 1-2.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Swing and a ground ball. And he handles it himself for the out. Here's the Royals designated hitter, Leo DeVries. On the ground, right side. Gets it to first. And that is the third out of the inning. So they pick up a run of the solo shot and take the lead. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the Royals 3 and the Orioles 2. All set for the start of the inning. Alec Thomas now.
He's back out here for the third, and after the first couple of innings, pretty rough. I think the skipper is looking for him to give him a little bit of length, see if he can save the bullpen some.
And that's down and away. Thomas, the left fielder with good range, hitting leadoff in today's game. He joined the team as a free agent. And now 1-2.
Gonna really need to hang in there with that front side against this left-handed breaking ball.
Just missing there. And it's 2-2. Fouled off. And they'll do it again. Triple digits on that last pitch.
Came inside with that two-strike fastball nicely and just bunched him up on the inside part of the plate. Couldn't get around on it and catch it out front. Many times if you do, it's a foul ball. And you know, a lot of pitchers, they really don't like working inside with two strikes because they do not want to hit that batter. And when they've got him up against the ropes, got to figure out a way to put him away. Did a nice job right there.
Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
One strike.
That one at the knees for a strike.
Oh, this guy's so comfortable hitting with 2 strikes. Even a good pitch early in the at-bat. If he's not ready to pull the trigger, he's not worried if he gets to an 0-2 count.
And that skips into there.
1-2.
Tied up here in the early going. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Ivan Herrera steps in for the Royals. He's 0 for 1. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. 0-1. Witt at first, 1 gone. Step off throw to first. Witt back on a dive. And a strike right through there. That one at triple digits. Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. 2 away now.
But when you follow up a triple-digit fastball with a nasty changeup, pretty much every time the hitter's going to be in trouble. And that was the plan. Get him to sit dead red on the fastball and then just make it look foolish with the off-speed stuff.
And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Royals. Harvey Milligan. That misses the zone. 1-0. Right through there for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
There's a strike.
1 ball, 2 strike.
In the dirt, blocked. Two outs. Runner on to go. And it remains 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that is that. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. All tied up at 3 apiece. As we go to the top of the 4th. Now it's the second baseman, Adael Amador. Tap foul at the plate.
Well, these Royals doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
And that is downstairs. And that's ball 1.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
Fly ball down the line. Carroll sizes this one up and makes the grab. And there's 1 away. Trey Morgan steps in for the Royals. He's already homered here in this one. That misses, and that is ball one. Bases empty, one away here in game one of the ALCS. And there's a strike.
1-1.
There's a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
He goes down looking. So digging in, Brandon Marsh. That's in for a strike. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
All right, now, he may have not liked either of those first two pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point, he's going to have to bear down and be ready to hit anything close to the zone.
The lefty fires. Foul ball, still 0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. And midway in the fourth, all tied up at 3 apiece. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Anderson back to work. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1. Right through there for a strike.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
Missed with a changeup. 1-2 the count. And that's in the dirt.
That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Out to short. Sends it across to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. Next to hit, Leo DeVries. Grounded out his first time. And that drops in for a strike. 1 out, base is empty. There's a swing and a miss.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
One and two.
Fights that one away, still 1-2.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Toughest pitch to hit, fastball on the outer black. Man, sometimes you just got to tip your cap.
So the batting order turns over. Now the left fielder, Alec Thomas. Went down on strikes his first time through. And that one is downstairs, and it's 1-0. Two down, nobody on. Fastball for a strike. The 1-1. And that drops in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Next offering way off the plate. 2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Curve, hit right back to him. Tosses to first. Royals set down in order. Nothing doing here this half. Last half of the 5th coming up. All tied up at 3 apiece. Game 1 of the American League Championship Series. And to the plate for Kansas City, Bobby Witt Jr. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
On the ground, Volpe to first. Now one gone in the top of the 6th. Stepping in, Ivan Herrera. 0 for 2 in this one. Herrera, multi-time All-Star, 31 years old, and he was born in Panama. In there for strike 1. All tied up here in game 1 of the ALCS. And there's a foul ball. One down, base is empty. Curve in the dirt. Foul ball still, a 1-2 count. Just misses with that one.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
That one missed. Drew Rasmussen is forced to the mound after the injury. Close one here today, and your final 5-4. A one-run extra inning win for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Shambi saying so long.
You